Hello everybody, and welcome to the bonus episode of Celeste. This episode we're going to be showing you the last couple mementos that you can find throughout the games. Normally, to get these, you would just about all of them you can get on the first run around, except for this one that I'm getting right now, which you do have to wait until the area gets flooded. Now, I make this distinction because many of the other locations in the game get blocked off by other powers or things occurring in-game. And so I felt like it would be great to go ahead and let you guys know that you will be needing to use the chapter select if you don't get this on your first try. I want to thank HolyCookie for the guide. I would not be able to have found all of these, really, without his or her help. Without their help. It honestly is kind of insane, like, some of the fact that I missed some of these, though I can kind of understand since I did record all of them all in one night. I really have a bad habit of doing that, where I'm very all or nothing. I'm not sure if that means anything, but, you know, anyway. Like, as we're going to be getting these, we'll also be getting a couple other stuff, but we'll deal with that later. So, like, as we're going through these different areas, the fact that each of these areas is so distinct, like, you can tell which area is which, what time in the game it is, just based on the colors that they use. That is just amazing. And I you know, it's quite the amazing thing. Again, I'm recording this video before I've uploaded a single video of this yet, so I have no idea if I've actually done well on this. The plan is hopefully to show off videos in a sort of daily format at the very end of the year, since I don't really have a lot of stuff going on, and this was impromptu anyway. And, you know, let me know if you guys prefer this. Like, if you prefer the more common uploads as opposed to the once-a-week uploads I have been doing. I don't think daily is currently possible in my wheelhouse due to the fact that I have school and work and a lot of other stuff on my shoulders at the moment, but I don't mind doing more, so do let me know, okay? Let me know in a comment down below. Also, let me know how your day has been, because I do care about how you guys are doing. I know I only have like 2 of you that actually watch, and many of you have already clicked off by now, which is unfortunate, but, you know, if you're still here, let me know, okay? Where, like, the creative, like, ways that they paced this game was just amazing. The rising threat of this dark shadow creature that seemed to change to fit the environment that it was in to combat you is just amazing. Like, at certain points it did get kind of, I have to say, the eel was the scariest, and I feel like for good reason. I think we all know that the ocean is terrifying, and nothing will ever. I will never say. I will never go back on that. The ocean is terrifying, and we should all be scared of it. I swear, I'd taken that out of context. That would probably sound really funny. Anyway, just the different, like, puzzles are just like, you know, here we are in the underground caverns that I was just talking about. This next one, I'm not sure how I would have found it without the guide, just because it is hidden. Like, it is, like, you would have to, like, do something, like, that's always been a pet peeve of mine, where, like, I feel like if something isn't signaled, if you can't find something unless you're like for instance, ground pounding on every single mushroom until you find the one that does the thing. Like, sure, I guess it would be a bit suspicious that one of these at the very end would have something, but I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way, which, you know, it's like right there. Like, playing the game normally, you'd just be like, oh, this is just set decoration. And I guess, like, you know, to each their own, but, you know, that is one of the gripes I have about the Mementos. Though I guess it doesn't really affect the main portion of the game, so I shouldn't really be that. Honestly, I'm probably getting bent out of shape over nothing. Here's where we got our little swimming ability again, which was very nice. This one took a bit of time just because, you know, I was looking through the guide because I completely forgot where I had to be. It's like, you can just see me just, like, happy that I can finally swim again. Because, like, the fact that you can only swim on the surface and that you swim so slow, it's just, it was torture for at least a little bit. I mean that hyperbolically, but still. It's like this area, like, just the music and how it becomes so muted every time you go underwater. The fact that the deeper you go, the darker it's going to get. Like, this is a legitimately good way to instill fear into a player without, you know, the usual, here's a threat, you're going, like, before you even see the threat, you know what's going on. It's honestly nice, and it's one of the few things I feel that video games has over any other type of media. The fact that you can literally just instill this feeling in someone and it not be, oh, I'm scared for this person. I am, like, you end up being scared for yourself, despite the fact that you know that this is fake. You, like, realistically, you know that the game that you're playing is not real. And yet you still... Maybe I'm alone on this. I don't know. I only know my own experience. Anyway, this part kills me. I'll let you know right now, I had to redo this like 10 times because I would get to this part and I would either hop out of the water and then land back in before using that, or I would use it and not go high enough. And it kills me because I've been trying my best to make these series look better for you guys. I want to make sure you guys know that I do put effort into these things. I'm not just cutting and editing. I legitimately do want this to look nice for you all. I want you guys to have to... I don't want to do what I did in Celeste, where I just showed every single one of my failures each and every time. Don't get me wrong. It's just... Oof. On that note, I do, at some point I probably do want to replay Celeste at some point, just because, like, sure, like, I had all these plans to, like, record, the special zones of that game, but just, I realized the way that I had been doing things just was not clicking, and so I decided I would just, instead of continuing on trying to do good by that, I decided instead I would just, you know, continue on. I tried some different things, tried Stardew Valley. That wasn't that good because, again, super long videos, not much going on. I didn't really cut that much because I didn't know really what I was doing. Oh, here we go. Here's another secret that, you know, I can forgive this one a bit because, like, you know, you can see that little patch of moss down there. You can see that there is a thing down there. Here you can see me getting weirded out by the weird water physics in the corner because, you know, the water doesn't spread outside of that box, I don't think. Oh, here it is. But yeah, after Stardew Valley, or at least halfway through it, I had realized that the way I was recording, the way I was doing things, everything just... It didn't sit well with me, so I decided to take a break, figure out what I wanted to do, and I believe that's when I started doing Wandersong, which, honestly, is one of my favorite ones that I've done to this day, just so far, just because I put a lot more effort into that than I did the other ones. Like, I actually did editing, I wrote custom songs for, like, the actual, like, the Overseer songs, which, I mean, to be fair, it's literally just me making something that fits with the rhythm. It's not that hard. Like, it's basically just making a rhyme. That's what I was doing. It's probably, I don't know, maybe my inner band kid is showing, but I was really proud of it. And I you know, and I think that's what really got me going on this whole thing. I believe after that I did Night in the Woods. That was another one. I kind of continued with the whole song thing, this time, you know, singing the actual covers of the game. Were they good? I feel like only Weird Autumn was really that good of a sort of thing that I did, you know? It's like everything else was kind of eh. But yeah, like I feel like Weird Autumn was probably the best out of all of those covers. Everything else was kind of just me being silly and all that, and you know, I did feel like I did a lot better when it came to voice acting. I did, like, you know, I especially in that last one, I might have messed it up with the reverb, but I really wanted to sell. I don't know why this has turned into a channel overview. I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about, and you know, I don't really think that's a bad thing. So we're just going to continue on from there. Here's this portion. And now we're on Gris, which it was I had, for those of you who don't know, I had a really big project I had been working on. I had just gotten a Switch capture card, and I wanted to play a really, like, a bigger game than the games I had been playing. And I got it ready. I started recording, and I had been doing great. And unfortunately, I ended up messing up the way I do recordings with the new capture card. Because turns out, if you have it set to where it records your voice on track 2 and the game on track 3 and nothing on track 1, the recording software will see that and go, or in and as well as your editing software will see that and go, oh, well, there's 2 tracks, but there's nothing in track 1, and there's something past track 2, but that must be track 2. And so it proceeds to merge those 2 together. As such, I had a game where the audio of the gameplay would be super high, and my voice would be super low, and if I wanted to make my voice heard, I had to basically destroy my own eardrums and everyone who would be listening. I had already beaten the game at that point. It was heartbreaking. I still have all of the footage, but I can't bring myself to edit it because I know that it's not good enough for you guys, for the few of you that still watch, if any of you are still watching up to this point. I just, you know, after recording that, before I had finished recording that, I also had recorded Bat and Bear, which was a visual novel that I had seen from Yonk Bonkers. I had seen it on TikTok, and I'm like, you know what? That's going to be a short enough game. I'm going to do that, because that seems fun. And it was. It was really nice. I got used to doing more edits and stuff, doing trigger warnings and stuff like that. I've even started doing captions with that, because I do want to get more viewers, and I want to make sure that the viewers that I get know that I care about them. I want people to know that I want them to know that it doesn't matter what your disability might be, how different you might be, you have a place here. And I know that's weird to say for someone who doesn't even have 25 subscribers yet, but I care about the people that watch me, because they don't have to. It's honestly quite nice to see that even a couple people still tune in. But I think that's enough, and I'll let Past take it over from here. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Here's some concept art from the game. This is just found in extras on the main menu, and I thought it would be a really fun thing to show, so I decided to leave it in because, honestly, the people who made this did a wonderful job. They did amazing. But anyway. Here we are. With every memento gained, there's only one more place you can actually go and check a couple things. Now, you might think that after getting all the mementos, you'd have to replay the final area, and funnily enough, no. Let me just go ahead and head down this way real quick. Yep, right here. It's a little place. Place where all the mementos can have been. Place where you were able to collect every single one. That's right. The statues that we've been seeing aren't just statues, but they're one of the few reminders we have of our mom, who would bring us fireflies and such, and show us how kind the world could be. And unfortunately, this game is about having to deal with the loss of that. Throughout the game, there's a lot of achievements that you can get, which can only be found one per area, and after getting each of them requiring you to do something relatively mundane, but still makes sense narratively. In the first area, heading to the left, and all the way to the left, and letting your character fall to the ground and waiting for them to get back up. The second area, smashing all the statues in the black and white room. In the third area, attempting to sing in front of one of the minor statues that you would see just before the bird fight. The fifth area, the fourth area, in the caverns, just in the area in the area where you find the sea turtle. If you try to go down below and head to the left, you can find a falling statue again. And last but not least, the one that I was able to show you, singing at what I would assume is the tomb of the mother. Each of those ended up correlating to a different point on the 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. And I have to say, upon completing this game and seeing all this and getting all of the achievements, yeah, that's honestly kind of cool. It makes a lot more sense now. Like, a lot of things about the game make more sense. And I have to say, because of that, this game has honestly blown me out of the water. I know I'm not used to doing bonus episodes, so bear with me, but this game is wonderful. Its music, its art direction, the story, the fact that unless you truly you can piece it together, but the fact that 100%ing it gets you basically this final piece of the story that brings it all together, it's honestly rather bittersweet. And I have to say, I'm happy that this caught my attention, and the fact I was able to play this despite the plans I had made. I don't really have a lot more time to talk, but I wanted to thank you all for watching. I do hope I see you again next video. And because I know when this is going to be coming out, enjoy the next new year. I know I will. See ya.